I now request the next speaker to begin.
You all and respected chairpersons and all the dignitaries present on the dais and off the dais and all the delegates present here. I will not come in the way of the valedictory session. I will finish my talk within 5 minutes as per the time allotted. And the topic that was given to me was the challenges faced during assessment, the experiences of few quality managers. I come from care group of hospitals. We have around 17 hospitals across India, and I take care of the quality and operations for all those hospitals. So my talk is based on whatever experiences I have had as an assessee in these 7 or 8 of our hospitals which are accredited, and also I had an interaction with 10 quality managers belonging to our hospital as well as outside hospitals, and based on their feedback that they have given, I have worked out this talk, and in this 5 minutes I would like to share all this with you. And I would like to inform you all that whenever I talk about assessors, positive, negative or whatever it is, I include myself in it because I am also an assessor. So I am part of that, and it is a learning exercise for all of us. And another thing is this 4th edition has taken up good initiatives, and a lot of these challenges have been taken away. And as Dr. Mohan mentioned some time ago, the uniformity in assessment has been brought. Assessors have been told to follow certain things. So probably these challenges which I am mentioning now would get over in the 4th edition probably. Now this is what is the feeling of every quality manager after the assessment is over. Emotionally I am done, mentally I am drained, spiritually I am dead, physically I still smile, because it is something that I want to do it, and it is my own initiative that I want to take up. That is what quality managers told. And our hospitals haven't moved away from telling only quality managers that it is your job to get NABH accreditation. Everything is dumped on quality managers. I am sure there are a lot of quality managers here, and they would agree with that. The top management says you have been appointed to get the NABH accreditation. Do whatever you can, and we should get the NABH accreditation. But that's a wrong practice, and we have to slowly move away from that practice and ensure that it is the responsibility of everyone from top to bottom to get the NABH accreditation. Now there are certain challenges that people face during assessments. One is subjectivity. A lot of examples we had yesterday from Dr. Anand's session when he talked about the NCs and how the assessee was mentioning that how they would close the NCs, and how assessor was saying that what he expects from the NCs to be closed. Another subjectivity comes when they are bringing out the observations while doing the assessment. So one assessor, when they come for pre-assessment, they say that you don't need to put a zip or a zip cover to your crash card. It is enough if you have a good inventory control mechanism. During final assessment, another assessment team comes and they say that no, you should have a zip cover on your crash card. So this subjectivity is quite a lot involved in NABH assessment process. Probably 4th edition has looked into all this, and a lot of subjectivity has been taken away from that. The another challenge that they face is the attitude of assessors. Not all assessors, but very few of them come as if they have come from Mars, or they know everything in the world, and the HCO does not know anything in the world, or they do not have any idea about NABH assessment process. Some of them behave like that as if they are the supermans of the quality world, but that should not be the way. It should be actually as if you are the part of the organization and you allow them to grow with the assessment process rather than discourage them. Then there is difficulty in aligning consultants within the organizations. The doctors, as a lot of you must have already heard and few speakers mentioned, consultants don't want to align themselves to it. They say that it is the getting NABH accreditation is the headache of the top management or the quality department. My job is only to treat my patient. I would not like to come into or get involved into these things. So these are the challenges where we face from consultants' point of view, and due to lack of time, I would not like to highlight many more things here. And data collection has been perennial problem. Quality coordinators have to run around 2 days before assessment or 3 days before assessment and somehow try to patch up the CQI presentation and keep it ready for the final assessment or the last day. All of you are smiling, but I am sure this happens definitely, because it is the job of the quality coordinator to run around to HOD. Please give the data. Tomorrow is the assessment. Whatever you have, please give it. I will make a presentation based on that. And some data is definitely cooked up. And this is what quality managers have told me when I interacted with them, and this is the reality. Now, interpretation of few standards and objective element becomes very difficult. If there is no one in the organization who has gone through the POI of NABH or who has not been in an assessment process, it becomes very difficult to explain to top management what this standard is actually looking for, or what this objective element means, or what is the intent of this objective element. So these are the few of the challenges. Then there are experiences that they have shared with me, these quality managers, and because of the confidentiality that I have promised them, I would not like to mention their names or the name of the organization, but they have definitely happened, and these are the true experiences. They divided their experiences into three categories: positive,
Can you
negative,
finish in
and
the next
traumatic.
3 minutes, please?
Yeah, yes, sir. It will be over. Positive, negative, and traumatic. So positive assessors understanding of practical issues. Some assessors are very good. They understand the practical problems, and they actually encourage the quality coordinators that don't worry, things will be fine. Then principal assessors leadership skills, they matter a lot, because if assessor is going in a different direction which is not actually as per the NABH standard, it is the PA who can bring them back to the track if he has a good leadership skills. And in one of our assessments, we had a disaster, and the principal assessor personally got involved into looking into it that all the disaster was managed properly. Then NCs that are genuine, there are certain NCs which are brought up which are very genuine. Assessment process that adds value. We definitely like when it adds value to the quality product journey. And then assessors highlighting the positive aspects. Now, negative ones are non-adherence to time schedules. Assessors say that 9 o'clock sharp we will start the opening meeting, and so all consultants are there, everybody is there, but assessment team has not arrived because they are still at hotel getting ready. Then assessors' insistence on few specific personal requirements: book an accommodation where there is a swimming pool. We would like to have a hotel where there is a swimming pool. So these kind of issues which go into the negative aspects. Then assessors ignoring key management staff or consultants. During lunch when they are together, some of the assessors don't talk to our consultants, and they don't talk to the top management people. Now I come to the last one, the traumatic part, which is actually, I was shocked. I did not expect that this would be shared by the quality manager, but they definitely shared this. And 1 minute I will spend on that. Assessors insulting the staff. Why have you appointed this person as quality coordinator? He or she does not know anything. Or why are you paying so much money to your microbiologist? She does not deserve it. And in one occasion, because of this comment, a microbiologist lost the job because assessor mentioned this to the top management, and that was very traumatic to them. So this is what when I mentioned complaining or misinforming about staff and doctors. And last one, unwanted and embarrassing advances. One of the quality managers shared with me that he was asked by one male assessor to take him around the city, and instead of going around the city, he took him to the hotel, and he wanted to spend his night in the bedroom with him, and this was very shocking to me. But this has happened, and I am sure these are the challenges and the experiences which we have shared here. The CAHO and the committee will definitely look into it and take away these kind of difficult challenges that people face. So I would like to end with a quote: quality is simple, but people are complicated. NABH standards are very simple. We have complicated them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I think some of the things you mentioned have sound bizarre, but as a board member of NABH, we have the Secretary General sitting here, we have the accreditation and technical committee members. There are some things where there is zero tolerance. If what you said was true, you have to go beyond NABH and file an FIR. I mean, this is nonsense. We are spreading the message of quality. And please also understand that NABH is always open. The chairman, the director, the CEO, many of the things you mentioned are not acceptable. As an SSI, I cannot demand a hotel with a swimming pool. As a quality person, if I say that I'm there at 9 o'clock, I jolly well be there at 9 o'clock. So these are things which are not acceptable. And again, I use this opportunity to request all of you, if any of these instances, these things happen, please immediately on the spot report to NABH, report to any of the people there. Don't delay it even for a minute. And I can assure you on behalf of NABH that action will be taken. We were looking at difficulties of assessments, but I think this has gone beyond that. And I'm actually shocked to hear that these things are happening. And I just want to say that as all of us who are in responsible positions will say that this is zero tolerance in this. And maybe I'll just ask Dr. Vijay as co-chair of the accreditation committee to give his comments, because these are serious issues.
No, as I said, my immediate reaction after Rajiv was presenting, and especially the last instance that he talked about, I see no reason as to why hospital did not file an FIR. I mean, I would like to say that accepting it probably is the deficiency of things on your part. I am saying that probably I am saying the sexual harassment cannot be brushed under the carpet, whether it is an SSR or it would have been your own CEO or whether it is any other employee. So I am saying that you would have probably led with an example by filing an FIR or taking it up absolutely head front. And I would say, please under no circumstance allow this to happen, so that you have to come and present it into a gathering like this. What you should have presented, yes, we filed an FIR, got that guy arrested.
Thank you. I think on that unusual note, we'll end this session, and I'll hand over to Murli.
Thank you all for the wonderful session, and request the chairpersons to hand over a memento to the speakers. Request Dr. Alex to hand over a small memento to. As this is going on, the participation after the valedictory function is over, you could collect the participation certificate for the posters in the registration desk that will be available after the valedictory function is over.